Hey there, hi there, Pisces. Welcome to your soulmate reading. So I'm going to do a past, present, future reading for you. And I'm going to do a past, present, future reading for your soulmate. And we're going to see what exactly is going on. Okay? So the past really represents like a reflection of like pretty much like what you're like going through, because you're like reflecting on it. So that being said, I have for you, it's okay to doubt, delete, yes, no. Okay. And you have someone who wrote like an online email or letter to someone, and they're not sure if they're going to delete it or not delete it. That's my interpretation anyway. But your interpretation could be something else, you know. I do think because it's a soulmate reading that your interpretation is like really based on like contacting someone from your past, okay? Um and emailing them and deciding if you're going to do that or not. But I don't really think you are going to be contacting anyone from your past. I don't think your soulmate is someone from your past. I think that they are someone who currently has shown interest in you. Okay, that's my interpretation anyway of that. Okay, so yeah, King of Coins. Okay, this is the present energy. All right, so this person is definitely more financially stable. They are someone who wants to celebrate the holidays with you or already have celebrated holidays with you. That's a much stronger, real connection than, people from your past, exes from your past that are like, you had an idea in your head that they were the one, but they don't even want to celebrate holidays with you. Okay, so that's definitely not a soulmate. Uh, King of Coins. Yeah, so let's take a look here at this King of Coins. Because you do want someone financially stable, and I think that you are someone who is financially stable, or at least you try to be, Pisces. Right? One can only hope in this economy. But yeah, the King of Pentacles signifies the pinnacle of wealth and business acumen. He embodies secure leadership, disciplined management, and the ability to generate prosperity. His generosity reflects his abundant mindset and success. When reversed, okay, this card warns of a descent into greed and material obsession. It signifies potential financial mismanagement, stubbornness, and unhealthy preoccupation with status, cautioning against the perils of indulgence and material loss. That's no fun. Okay, so yeah, I mean, you're obviously right now very like focused on finding a person that can really match your like level of expertise, or at least talk in a similar way that you talk in discussions and matters of gaining material wealth, but not in like this greedy sort of like bah humbug type of way. No, it's more of like you both want to reach goals together. Okay, now moving into your future, I have the Magician. Wow, I love this Magician card. Okay, so there is a lot of magic coming in. There's a lot of abundance coming in for you right now. Okay, Pisces, you're on your way to it. Like if you're not feeling it already, it's coming. All right, it's just a matter of time, really. And I feel like also perspective, because if you were drawn into reflecting on your past a lot and like what that all means and symbolizes, you've kind of like processed it already, if that makes sense. Like you're not like, it's in the back of your mind, but you're also like, okay, I'm ready to like forget or not forget, but like put it away. You know what I'm saying? Like you don't need to focus on it, okay, anymore. Now you want to focus on your future and the beautiful abundance and magic that is coming into your life, okay, Pisces. Now the Magician. Okay, endless power here, infinite possibilities here. Okay, that is something real that you embody. Okay, Pisces. But also it's good to, like, you know, have realizations. And the Magician signifies the realization of personal power and creativity. It embodies action and manifestation, highlighting self-confidence, willpower, and skill. This card symbolizes the clarity and focus necessary to turn visions into reality. Okay, now reversed, the Magician warns of manipulation and misused talents. It suggests insecurity, lack of confidence, and poor planning. I think that's kind of like the types that you went for before. Okay, Pisces. Like before you met your person, or before you were on the path to like discovering who you actually are meant to be with, and you what you deserve, and your standards and quality, right? Like of a person. Yeah, I think in your past, Pisces, you know, we're younger, we're like more susceptible to like being attracted to people based on like looks or appearance, or like, you know, it really is more of a like kind of energy, I think, more than looks and appearance. Like obviously that plays a huge major role in like the chemistry aspect of connections, but I think it suggests that you know, your person needs to have confidence, okay? Because you have confidence, Pisces. And they need to focus on necessary to turn visions into reality, okay? The clarity here, okay? Now, when someone says, oh, I don't have a lot of clarity right now, okay? Like, family, friends, whatever, especially when you have a romantic person interest, okay? If they don't have clarity, I feel like this is someone more family oriented, but they're like influencing your connection somehow. Okay. Getting like a mother-in-law vibes or something. But yeah, like basically I think like this person, like the clarity thing needs to be there. Like your person needs to have a clear vision of how they see the future with you. And they can't, if they keep going back and forth on that, chances are that they're not your soulmate. Chances are that they're not someone that is connecting with you. Okay, the energy is just not there. That doesn't necessarily mean that they can't eventually gain clarity, or they won't, but it needs to be there for that magic to happen. And if your vision is being sort of like, I want to say like trampled on or like steamrolled, that can affect the connection as well. So this thing about reality is that there are some people in this world who do want to warp reality, and that's not a soulmate person. That's not soulmate energy. So stay clear of that for sure. Now, when reversed, the Magician warns of manipulation and misused talents. That's where that lack of clarity comes from. Um, you know, because it suggests insecurity, lack of confidence, and poor planning. This card indicates unutilized abilities and a tendency towards narcissistic behaviors. That's really here what's happening. I'm not saying that it's coming into your future, okay? I think that it's something that it's like a red flag. These are red flags, right? So in your future, if you haven't met your person yet, make sure, okay, that when you see these red flags where this person is lacking confidence and they're narcissistic, make sure that you're not like giving yourself, like you're not opening yourself up to that person, because they have a lot of things they need to deal with. Okay. So there's a little bits of advice. I'm also getting this like vibe that like I forget what I was gonna say. It was on the tip of my tongue. I don't remember. But I feel like 10 steps forward, it's like 2 steps forward, 10 steps back. Okay, I don't know where that saying came from or who made it up or what or how it came to be, but I just feel like Pisces, you really are kind of feeling that right now, like with your person or with your dating life, depending if you're single or you're with someone. I feel like 2 steps forward, 10 steps back, and let's see what this energy with your soulmate is all about, because that might explain a thing or two. Go enjoy your pleasure alone. Wow, this is the past. Go enjoy your pleasure alone. Wow. So this woman's dancing in front of the moonlight on the ocean shore. Yeah, like that's funny. I feel like that's more for you than for your soulmate. I think like this whole thing about enjoying life, um, especially if you just had a 2 steps forward, 10 steps back, that is like the past advice. Maybe when you're soulmate and you were connecting, like that's the advice they would have, right? Or maybe this aloneness is something that they want to do with you, right? And that was the thing in the past. And maybe there needs to be more exploring on that one for sure. Let's see what the present energy is. Oh man, the 5 of Cups. Wow. Sitting alone like that. Wow. The cups are broken. The 3 cups are broken, or well, they're cracked here, and then there's 2 cups up on the shelf. Yeah, I mean, again, this still feels more like your energy, Pisces, but maybe your person is kind of feeling it too. They're just not, this is more subconscious level. I feel like more shadow level. And the King of Coins is what is on the surface, but the under it is the 5 of Cups. So we're doing, like, I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with being surface, like, I'm talking about like first dimensional type energy where it's like you have to worry about like money and bills, right? That's not really like fifth dimensional. That's not really subconscious. 5 of Cups is subconscious. So yes, worrying about money is important, and having goals to achieving financial success is important, but there's also I feel like something's coming at an emotional cost here, because cups are about the emotional side to things. All right, so let's take a look here at this 5 of Cups. So this really symbolizes moments of sorrow, focusing on loss. Okay, this is definitely your soulmate. Okay, and I think you're seeing that and witnessing that presently. Okay, feelings of regret and disappointment. It represents a period of grief, urging reflection on past failures, but also the potential for overlooked opportunities. Wow. So if you're wondering what your soulmate is going through right now, that is what they are going through. Okay, they're really in a period of grief. Again, I feel like they're always in a period of grief. Um, like, in reversed, it's the 5 of Cups suggests a shift towards acceptance and the healing process. It highlights the importance of moving past personal setbacks and embracing self-forgiveness, paving the way for peace and emotional recovery. I feel like Pisces, you try to really do that through like gaining this like momentum, this like goal achieving, like abundance type energy, where you're like the magician. You're constantly creating, you're constantly building something, you're constantly making things happen that can like show like it's okay to like carry on. It's okay to keep moving on. It's okay to celebrate life, because life is all around us, and celebrate the soul and the souls of those that we've lost. Okay, but I feel like your soulmate currently is like stuck in this subconsciously shadow 5 of Cups energy. And I think instead of doing the shadow work and working through the subconscious energies, I feel like a lot of them with the cups present, maybe they're just like drinking a lot, like maybe they're dealing with their grief in like unhealthy ways. Okay, and that's sort of like hindering and cracking your relationship. Okay, so let's see what the future has in store for you and your person. Okay, so we have the King of Needles, okay, or the King of Swords, right? Okay, so this King of Needles energy, King of Swords energy. Um, so this is what the future has in store for your soulmates, this King of Needles. Okay, so this energy embodies the essence of intellect over emotion. That's a positive because your person right now is currently stuck in emotion. Okay, emphasizing discipline and honesty. That's really key here and important here. I'm glad this card came out here because through discipline, and I'm not talking like Marine boot camp level discipline, no, I'm talking about like having routines, having schedules, having standards, having uh those are the three I can think of off the top of my head. But schedule, routine, standards, stability. It's important. Emphasizing and honesty. Okay, honesty here. People being honest about their feelings will open the door to really seeing people's like true colors, really seeing people's true intentions. Okay, but you yourself are not this person that is like not being honest, Pisces. And your person, because it's like more subconscious and more it's less, obvious to a lot of people. It's very obvious to you, Pisces. And you try to sort of like, I feel like, be the voice of your soulmate at times when it comes to hard decision making and conflicts and chaos and drama, like between family members or whatever. I feel like you, because you love your soulmate, you try to like speak for them, right? But the thing is, they're not speaking up for themselves because presently, this Five of Cups energy is telling me they're not doing it for themselves. They're doing it secretively, hidden. Okay. I do think that in the past, go enjoy your pleasure alone. I do think in the past that they did speak up more, that they were opening up more. But then they 2 steps forward, 10 steps back. That's what I feel. Okay. So, in order to get ahead here, this Five of Cups needs to become more obvious to everybody and less under the surface. Under the surface, like that song. From that movie, a Disney movie. Because I think your soulmate could relate to that one sister from Encanto. I think it's called that. And then the sister's like strong, like she has infinite strength, right? And that's how the magician appears to a lot of people too. Is the magician has infinite strength too, but it's like, yeah, but like that needs to be like supported. Like it can't always be on the magician. You know what I'm saying? All right. Anyways, I don't know what I'm saying, so I'm gonna keep reading. Yeah. So it also represents authority and mental clarity, symbolizing a leader who is truthful and values integrity above all. So your soulmate is going to come around, and they are going to eventually, be the leader. They are. They're going to get into that energy. Okay. These are all like energies. Okay. I'm not talking like, okay, they're going to be like the next leader of, the United States of America. Like, we're not going there, okay? I'm talking about, like, they're not going to be, actually, I will go there. You know, they're not going to be the next CEO, right, of some major corporation, okay? This is about being in that energy field where they're taking leadership, okay? They're taking that leader role, and it's an energy that you can feel and that you can pick up on. Okay, Pisces, you already know this. I don't know why I'm talking like this. Probably because I am so tired, honestly, and it's like impossible for me to talk right now because I have so much like on my mind, but I'm also really tired. So, when reversed, this card warns of potential for manipulations. See, and the same with the Magician. You both have that in common. So I'm not trying to scare you or anything, but in the future, there's always going to be, there always is people who are manipulative. And I think it is really emotional manipulation, but I think they try to kind of sort of like, okay, I think they try to like cover it, like cover for their emotional manipulation um, with this like sort of like, oh look, I'm actually very like creative and like this is like cool what I'm doing here. But they're not, it's not cool. And it's not, I wouldn't say if it's creative, okay? I'm not trying to be mean, okay, Pisces, but I think you already know that what they're doing is actually the opposite. It's actually creating more chaos. It's actually creating more work. It's actually creating more mess. Like a creative project or endeavor is something that you can literally put together little by little, piece by piece over time, and out comes this beautiful, like, uh, product or masterpiece or like, uh, you know, it's not necessarily tangible either. It can be energy as well, right? But like it could be the soulmate connection, right? But the thing is with these other manipulative people, again, I feel like it's like family. I hate saying that,